What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Why We Disney podcast and happy Wednesday. I'm so excited for today's episode. So we are talking all things flower and garden. Goodness gracious, if you are in the Disney community and you scroll down Instagram right now, like it is all pictures of flower and garden, everything. So we're going to give you some information. You might want to take notes. But anyway, let's just jump right into the episode. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Okay, guys, just like our beautiful Kaycee has said, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. And today is all about what to expect at Flower and Garden. And I don't know about you, Kaycee, but I've missed it. We missed out last year with Corona. And so I thought we should really talk about the history because, like, what is Flower and Garden? And I do know we have some newbies that listen to us on the pod. So you're probably thinking, like, is this another park? What's going on? No, it's basically like a party that happens for months. So this debuted on, in 1994, which is awesome because that's actually the year I was born. So I'm as old as Flower and Garden. And right now, this year, it's running from March 3rd through July 5th. So it's going to be one of its like longest running festivals of the year. What happens at
Crazy.
Epcot, yeah, I know, right? So what happens is at Epcot, they make everything Flower and Garden themed. And Flower and Garden is all about bringing fresh ingredients and all of this life in these outdoor kitchens to Epcot. So like not only in Epcot can you eat and drink around the world already, they bring in 24 more of these like pop-up outdoor kitchens for you to eat and indulge even more. So like, that's pretty awesome. And then Flower and Garden. So we obviously have like what is it? The word for garden. I think it starts with an H. Wow. People are going to come at me at the comments. You know what I'm talking about? What is it called? I'm thinking herbivore, but that's like a dinosaur. It's not. Okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Oh, that's really going to bother me. Anyway, so we're all about like the flowers and where the flowers come from and pollination. And they also have like butterfly exhibits. It's super cool. But anyway, so I did my research. And according to All Ears Net, which is like really, really popular, there are about 24 topiaries around Epcot. Kaycee, can you kind of explain what topiaries are?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So topiaries are these, like, basically they're, in my opinion, they're like trees that have been carved into Disney characters. And like, they're by far my all-time like favorite thing about the Flower and Garden Festival, because just the talent and the time that someone took to like create this beautiful thing. It's incredible. I have some of my favorites that I'm going to talk about later in the episode, but topiaries are absolutely beautiful. We're going to post some on our Instagram today so you guys can see what they are, but they are absolutely amazing creations that these people come up with.
And like an even more crazy thing is that they're relatively new. They started back in 2015. 2015. So these things are only like 6 years old. So back when they first debuted, we had Anna and Elsa. We had Miss Piggy, of course. She's a classic. Yeah. Beauty and the Beast. And in 2015, that's also when the Butterfly Garden came. So that's actually like this walkthrough exhibit. We can go through and see the butterflies. I haven't necessarily done it yet, but it is definitely on my list of things to do.
Yeah.
Then in 2017, we got the very popular Figment topiary that everyone loves or hates, I guess. Figment is like a love him or hate him type of character.
Such a controversial thing with Disney right now.
No. So like, that's an important date to know. And then the latest thing I have for you guys when it comes to the history of Flower and Garden is, of course, 2020. So in 2020, Flower and Garden started on March 2nd. And it unfortunately only ran for 13 days before Disney shut down. So I know they brought a little bit of it back when Disney like came back, but it wasn't the full Flower and Garden experience. But I'm telling you, this year, they went in on Flower and Garden, which I super appreciate.
Yeah. Same. I think they like wanted to make up for lost time because all of us had missed it.
Yeah, and I think I definitely think that they hit some of the classics. Like, what are people expecting? Like, they definitely brought back some stuff. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah. And I feel like they added some things too. So super, super cool. I love the Flower and Garden Festival. I love it over any other festival. And just really quick before we move on into like what people should expect from Flower and Garden, what is your favorite festival at Epcot?
Okay, so I've only been there during Food and Wine and
Okay.
Flower and Garden.
Right.
And Food and Wine, to be honest, I didn't really notice a difference.
Yes.
Like I was just
A
kind
lot
of
of
like
people do.
walking around Epcot. I was like, okay. So I didn't really get the big difference. So right now my answer has to be Flower and Garden, but I really want to be at Festival of the Arts and see how it is there. What about you? What's
Yeah.
your favorite?
Yeah. Very cool. So my all-time favorite is the Flower and Garden. So it was really cool. And I actually, on my past trip that I got to go on, I went to Epcot twice. And once I went completely by myself, like no one was with me. So that was really fun. So I actually got to go twice and experience that twice. So Flower and Garden, highly recommend it, is my all-time favorite festival. And they're running it for so long. And I'm so excited about it. All right, guys. So, a couple of things to expect, right? If you're going to Flower and Garden in 2021, the first one, Kara mentioned it earlier, is the garden butterfly house. I have a picture of the entrance to this place that we're going to post on our Instagram on the day this episode releases. But essentially, what it is, it's a walkthrough, and you basically like butterflies are flying everywhere and these beautiful flowers. It's just like this huge display of just like beauty. If I can describe Flower and Garden Festival in one word, it would be color. Like there is so much color, loud color, soft colors. Like it is literally amazing. So be on the lookout for that. That is the butterfly house. It's right outside of Figment on the left-hand side. And it's just a simple walkthrough. We didn't get to do it this past time because literally the line was like wrapped around. But if you're in Epcot for the entire day and would like to see that, I think that's super cool that you can go check that out. Another thing, if you're bored in Epcot, which let's be honest, who's ever bored in Epcot?
No.
No one. No one ever. So they do have this really awesome scavenger hunt, and it's called the Pike's Pollination Exploration. Am I saying that right?
I think it's spikes. Spikes, like
Spikes.
spikes the
Did I
bee.
say Pike?
Yeah. It's all
I'm
good.
sorry. So gotcha. So it's Spike's Pollination Exploration. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, so this is a scavenger hunt throughout all of Epcot. Okay, so you pay $7.99 for a map of Epcot and then the stickers. So your goal is to go through and find all of the spikes at each location on the map, and I guess you'll like stick it to wherever that place is. Anyway, so at the end, you turn that in and you get a really fun prize from Epcot. And I'm sure they're going to have something super cool. So check that out if you want to do that in Epcot. I would expect that that would take up probably half of your day. Like, I don't know, depending on, but yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Entertainment.
That is, oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go.
No, I was going to say, I'm thinking that is good for like kids.
Yes.
Everyone says how Epcot isn't for kids. And I'm thinking like, while the adults are possibly eating or drinking around the world, they're like, here, child, focus on the bee and put your stickers on the thing. Like, that's what I'm thinking, that it does give them an opportunity to like kind of look around and see more of the detail of Epcot and really be looking for something to keep them focused, I guess.
Yeah. I absolutely love that you brought that up because they do say that Epcot is like all for adults and kids are kind of like, I hate Epcot.
Yeah.
So this is a fun addition that they added. Kara, I do want to know, are you going to do the scavenger hunt when you go?
I think I'll be a little too busy focusing on my scavenger hunt of drinks, but
right.
eventually I'm sure that if I were to go to Epcot, they all seem fun. I mean, they have something like that in Animal Kingdom too, something for the kids. Like if I were to go with some of my nieces or nephews, let's go find Spike. Let's go find the orange bird. Sure. Yeah. So it's just getting the family involved.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's really cool. So just additional things that you can do in Epcot. They do have entertainment from local bands from Orlando. This is running from Friday to Monday evenings at the American Stage. So right there in America, right outside of my absolute favorite barbecue place in Epcot. If you guys love barbecue, you should hop over there, maybe listen to some bands and sit outside. But if you're there a Friday to a Monday, they do have local bands playing. I think when I was there, they had like a DJ up there, and I was walking jamming to that music. So very cool. They got some entertainment at Epcot. Also, couple things to look out for. So honestly, Kara and I were talking before we started recording this episode, but these new festival pom-pom orange bird ears, I told her, I'm like, I've never seen these. And she's like, how?
Yeah.
How could you not see these?
I've seen them on the gram, and I've seen people who are ear infestors.
Tell me what they look like.
I don't want to say this to be rude, because they do look better than the way I'm about to describe it. But think of it like the Party City, like, I don't know, like feather things that you get. And you open it up and it's like a pom-pom. You think of that. And it's like two of them with this orange bird in the middle. And they're bright. They are bright orange. You cannot miss these things. So I'm sure they're much more well-crafted than that. But if you're all about orange bird, these ears are for you.
That's really cool. And speaking of orange bird, if you're not into like buying ears, they also have a brand new orange bird like sippy cup at the Citrus Blossom booth. So that's at the Citrus Blossom booth. Oh my gosh, I'm saying these all crazy. But anyway, if you're a huge orange bird fan, and most people are, I think one year for like our pass holder, like magnet that we get every year, it was orange bird, and like everyone like freaked out about this magnet. So very fun. A lot of cool things to expect in Epcot this year. Kara, are you excited?
I am so excited. So this episode is actually going to come out a week before my trip.
Right.
So stay tuned for when I take over the podcast, and I am posting all the things, guys. In our next couple of segments, I'm going to talk about what's on my list. My mother also has a list. My friend Rachel also has a list. Y'all know we already have it written down. We know at what pavilion we are getting what for how much. It is all planned out and color coded. So I am ready to take on Flower and Garden.
Oh my gosh, Kara, I cannot wait to hear about all the things. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Guys, we're going to take just a really quick ad break, but we will be right back. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are going to talk more about Flower and Garden, because let's talk about it. It's going from March to July. There's a lot to go on. Food, entertainment, prizes, scavenger hunts. There's a lot. And Kaycee, you have already been there. I know you're not much of a foodie, but you tried some stuff, right?
Yes.
So you got to tell us about your experience.
So Kara's right. I'm not a huge foodie. I love to like walk around and look at all the topiaries. It's the most incredible experience, I think, at Epcot. And I'm a huge rider too. So anything about rides, like I got you. Mm-hmm. For sure. I'm super excited for Remy's to open up, right? Oh my gosh. That's huge. October 1st, right?
Yes.
Oh, insane. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, I did try some things in Epcot. One thing in particular that I highly recommend, super excited about it, is this is over at the Honey Bistro. And now it's bistro spelled BEE-STRO. I had to make sure. But this is right over there near where the Starbucks is, like right before you enter into the World Showcase right there.
Girl, I don't know where that is. What do you mean? I've been there twice. I need a more detail than that.
Oh goodness. Okay, let me see. Okay, so Figment, like you're at Figment, you're walking towards the World Showcase.
Mhm.
Starbucks is over there on the right-hand side, and this little honey bistro area is right there. I promise you'll find it. It's on the right. It's on the right. You can't miss it. It is this beautiful little pavilion. It's actually one of the pop-up kitchens or whatever that they have. But what I had there, and this is a mouthful, I have to read it. So I had the lavender honey mustard marinated chicken flatbread. That's such a mouthful. But
Wow.
it was absolutely incredible. So what it was flatbread with chicken on top, and it had peppers and onions, and it was marinated in this like mustard sauce. I'm gonna post it on the day this episode releases so you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you're looking for just a quick snack, the Honey Bistro, incredible, guys. Seriously, changed my life forever, honestly.
Yeah, that seems like a mouthful. And you guys are probably wondering, like, these outdoor kitchens. So they're everywhere. Just so
Yes.
you guys are aware, there's like 2 in Future World, 6 in the Showcase Plaza. There's a couple in the Show Place, and then the rest are just throughout the World Showcase. There's a lot of places going on. So we are on the YouTube subscription going to have links to all of these outdoor kitchens where you can find some of this information. And I'm also going to link my friend Cam. He's at Cam Travels. I'm going to post his video on Epcot and his travels as well. I just think for people that haven't been to Flower and Garden, he really does a great job of showing the outdoor kitchens and kind of how they work. And of course, let's help each other out. So I'll put those 2 things in our description.
Okay, that's a really cool idea. Shout out to him. Awesome. All right, so I want to also obviously talk about the topiaries. I have to tell you which ones were my favorite. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Number 1 is that beautiful Beauty and the Beast right when you walk into Italy. It's in that little section back there.
Italy.
Italy.
You mean France?
Was that? Oh my God. Okay, so I'm my bad.
Oh no. Oh no.
France, what in the world? But okay, so Beauty and the Beast back there is my all-time favorite. Also, the Lion King topiary is right outside of Figment. I had to like think about where it was. It's right outside of Figment, and it is beautiful. It has like every character from the Lion King. I almost just want to like post the picture. I don't even want to tell you more about it because you just have to see it. It's beautiful.
Is it different from years past? Because I remember seeing Rafiki holding Simba. So it's not that.
It's not. Let me hold please. Let me make sure.
Okay.
I took a couple of pictures by it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the cutest thing. I feel like it's been in a different place though. Like
just for our listeners, some topiaries are like boom. Like she said, the Beauty and the Beast one is right there. You can't miss it in France, by the way, not Italy. But some are just, tucked to the side. So after you ride all your rides, take your time in World Showcase, especially to make sure you're seeing all the topiaries.
Yes, I agree. You have to. And so like if you're watching on YouTube, I'm gonna show this, but like, so it is Rafiki holding up Simba. And then, yes, isn't that just so pretty?
That is, first of all, beautiful. And I think it is in a different place.
Yes. I feel like this picture does not do it justice. Like it's huge, like huge. Such a beautiful, I love the topiaries. It's my all-time favorite thing. I'm going to stop saying that.
No, it's okay.
But they just are truly incredible. Seriously. Okay. So let's see. What else did I experience in Flower and Garden?
Hold on. I want to say something about the topiaries.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that France thing was so hysterical. And the reason I know France, and some people that may not have been to that festival don't know, is if a character is associated with a certain country, then you will find those topiaries there. So that's why Beauty and the Beast is going to be in France.
Elsa and Anna in Norway. Right.
Winnie the Pooh characters are in the UK, so on and so forth. So if there is some character that you're specifically looking for, you might want to research the specific country they're from or they're based off of and see if they're there.
Yeah, or send us a DM on Instagram. We'll try to figure it out for you and we will definitely let you know.
Yeah.
But Flower and Garden is obviously amazing. I had a great time. I went twice. So obviously I loved it because I went twice. But Kara, I am super excited to hear about all the things that you want to do in Epcot.
Okay, so I am so excited. Guys, Epcot really is, as much as Hollywood Studios is awesome ride-wise, I think Epcot is my second favorite park to Magic Kingdom just because of the experience and the travel that you can get in such a short amount of time. And while I could travel to these other countries, why not go to Disney and go to these other countries? So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to do Frozen Ever After.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't able to go on it in November. It was down for refurbishment. So I'm excited to go back on it. Yeah. Soarin' is up there on my top 3 rides out of all the parks. So I'm excited to be back on my favorite and obviously try the food. Last time when I was at Epcot, my mother and I drank around the world. We did it successfully and in a short amount of time, which I do not recommend, but we weren't focused on the food.
Right.
I was so focused on drinking around the world that like we really didn't eat. We ate at Mexico, and then I think I tried to shove fish and chips down my system, but that was it. So I'm super excited about my options. So you're going to have to let me know if you've heard of them or if you've tried any, okay? So my drink. I would love to try the very Instagrammable frozen dessert, the violet lemonade.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Yes.
Yeah, so this is apparently at the Pineapple Promenade in the Showcase Plaza. It's a very deep, majestic purple with a little flower on top. Looks great. Moving on to my entrees, I have the house-made crab and cream rangoons at the Lotus House in China. I love cream cheese and crab rangoons, so definitely that. I'm German, so I have to get something from the Germany pavilion, right?
Obviously.
So we're gonna go with the little apple strudel pancakes they've got going on.
Okay.
This as my beginner dessert. And then my actual dessert, I'm thinking about ending it with a cannoli from the Italy pavilion.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a whole like entree, a whole drink, entree, mini dessert.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is such a cool way to eat around the world, right? Is like not necessarily like doing every single thing, but picking out like 2 entrees, 2 desserts, and 1 drink, and just like really picking your favorites and going through. So I love that, Kara. I think that's freaking awesome.
I do. I suggest doing that, especially if you're going with a group. I actually sent the link to my mom and Rachel, who are going with me on my upcoming trip. And I was like, you guys have homework. Go ahead and pick what you want, because that way we can eat off of each other.
Right.
So it's not only am I getting, this apple strudel thing, we can split it in half and share, and I can try things that you're getting. So you're also saving money that way. And for me, it's just a little bit more organized because we're not like, oh my gosh, this is really overwhelming. There's 24 different, basically restaurants that you can choose from. So we kind of have a plan of attack and try a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. You're amazing. I just love that.
Not amazing. Well, sure. But I would say just organized.
I think you're going to love that violet lemonade. Like I've heard like nothing but incredible things about that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then of course I'm just excited to see the topiaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited when they talk about the color, like you were saying earlier. It's just literally so beautiful and breathtaking. And that H word that I can't remember, the only thing coming to mind is herbivore, and that's not it. Or herbology, and that's Harry Potter. So
Oh my God.
when I think of this word, I'm so sorry, guys.
I wish I could help you. I don't know. Oh, dang.
Anyway, I'm excited to see the topiaries, specifically Bambi and Thumper.
Yeah.
They're a personal favorite. I guess I would say the Beauty and the Beast one is kind of like a staple at this point.
Yeah.
And of course, Remy.
Yeah. Remy's over there. Oh, yeah. I
Who's
grabbed a
also in
picture
the France Pavilion now.
Yes. Oh, which is so cool. Like I am so excited about that ride, and I just love that area. Like it's such a beautiful area back there, really. Oh,
And there's just a lot we're going to have a whole podcast episode later in the year about everything going on for the 50th. And I'm sure Epcot is going to have some stuff soon. We don't really know when Guardians is going to come out, but Epcot is going to become very, very busy after Remy opens. So, and that's going to be during not Flower and Garden, but during Food and Wine. So at that time, we're going to have a Food and Wine episode for you guys.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited about that.
But thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. We hope that you got a lot of inspiration and information about Flower and Garden. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And guys, we want you to be a part of the conversation too. We love when you guys write in. So make sure to email us at whywedisney@gmail.com for us to talk to you. Until next time, I'm Kara.
And I'm Kaycee. Oh, sorry.
That's Kaycee, not Sydney.
Did you say Sydney? I thought you said Kaycee.
Sydney's our amazing editor. But I'm Kara, that's Kaycee. And we will see you next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.